Hi folks, I'm Doug Hensley, president of Hertz Real Estate Services, and I'm coming to you today with our September 2025 Farmland Market Update. We recently wrapped up a series of summer landowner seminars in locations scattered across the Midwest, and in that process we were able to speak with many of you about the farmland market, commodity prices, and your expectations for our quickly approaching harvest. Most areas across the Midwest have enjoyed adequate, if not abundant, rainfall throughout the summer. In many regions, one of the wettest in 100 plus years of weather data. The grain trade normally says rain makes grain, and that's exactly what USDA, ProFarmer, and other market analysts have now estimated to be a record crop waiting to be harvested. These big estimates for this almost finished crop have pressured grain prices down to around $4 for corn and around $10 for soybeans in the futures market, and even lower in local elevator bids throughout the Midwest. For nearly all operations, these figures are below break even, assuming average production. So the key this year will be to outbushel the price weakness. This marketplace setup reminds me a little of the last difficult time period in row crop agriculture from 2015 through 2019. What's all this mean for the farmland market? Well, at its simplest, I think those areas and operations who harvest a big crop, which there will be many this fall, will bushel through the grain market weakness. They probably won't make a huge profit this year, but they will survive. And because farmers have been buying 7 out of every 10 farms, there will still be buyers for sales in those areas. For those areas that have struggled this year on the crop production side, either because of too much rain or other in-season difficulties, they will struggle to turn a profit and are likely to eat into working capital reserves that have been built in recent years. Land markets in these local areas this fall have potential for softness. Now, I want to clearly say at this time, I anticipate we will have a more stable overall land market this fall. There will be pockets of softness, but they will likely be the exception versus the rule. One of the interesting dynamics I've been watching throughout the year this year is the relationship between supply and demand for land. It's clear to me that demand for land is down compared to both 1 and 2 years ago. And how could it not be when grain prices are weak and profits are difficult to turn? This setup leads most people to think that land prices should be weakening, but the interesting part is there really hasn't been much weakness in farmland prices thus far in 2025, and I attribute that to the fact that the supply of farms being offered for sale has decreased even more than demand has decreased. Said differently, even though demand has been down, there's still been enough demand to maintain stable land prices because there's just not enough land being offered to the market to create a flood, quote unquote. And remember, land as an asset class in general is held in very strong hands. Iowa State publishes a popular number that 84% of farms in Iowa are owned without a mortgage. So even in difficult economic times, there's a depth of ownership strength that undergirds the land market and is likely to keep supply of farms being offered at a somewhat low level. I haven't even mentioned here that the livestock industry, especially for cattle and poultry, have enjoyed very strong profits recently, which in some areas is acting as a bit of a ballast to the weakness in row crop grains. So if it sounds like there's a lot going on, I'm going to agree with you. There is a lot going on. And that's why we think you need to get strong counsel anytime you are thinking about making a major move in your ownership, whether buying, selling, or making key management decisions. So we invite you to reach out to us at Hertz through the website or by a simple phone call. We can help you make confident and informed decisions and achieve your long-term goals. Thanks for watching today. Next month, I'll be back with an early harvest update.